All right, this is 2011 Yukon. As you can see, we've done the passenger side. That's what the driver's side looks like. It's pretty nasty. Here's the new one we installed yesterday. Gonna try to give you some quick tips on how to do it, just so everyone knows. I tried doing the 3M on this to get the haze off. I think it's on the inside. So let's get started. Okay, you're gonna take a bunch of bolts off. Here, 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 all the way across. These are 10 millimeters, 7 millimeter. I take the whole front off. Just makes it easier even if you're just doing one side. You're gonna have to pull them all off. You're then gonna have to get behind your tire. You're gonna have to pop these out. These are a 7 millimeter as well. You have to pop all these out to pull this back to get a bolt underneath.
All right, once you get the flap pulled back, you gotta loosen that bolt right there. And pay attention to where it sits. The new one, it sits on the outside of that white metal. So we're gonna loosen that up. I'm just gonna use a 10 millimeter wrench.
To pull this out, you're gonna pull this and then just wiggle it out. Now you can do this two ways to get these off. You can twist it and pull the bulb off and then get your mechanism and work from there, and that's kind of what I like to do. So I'm gonna twist it counterclockwise, pulls the bulb out. This one's a little more complicated down here, and there's a little clasp that holds it on. So if you just push down, and what it's doing, it's holding this whole mechanism to the plastic. So you see there's the clasp right there. Now to get this off, what you have to do, you have to push these back. You gotta push these gray pieces back, and then lift this tab. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you use a flat tip to push this gray part back. So this is gonna slide back, put your screwdriver in there, get this back. Then what you're gonna wanna do is separate this upper gray from this bottom to pull this clip all the way. Okay, so once you get this clip out, it just comes out. Set it aside, because you're gonna need it again. And then your bulb should slide right out. You're gonna detach this piece from this piece. Once your bulb slides out, what you then need to do is put this piece back in, because you're gonna have to reuse it for your next light. Here we have it pushed all the way back in. Now we're ready to put our new light in. A couple points I want to show you. First, this piece right here, your light will fit into this. It's going to go into right there. This is going to be a guide rod. This is also a guide rod up here. And then actually right here is where we unloosen that bolt from the back side. And it's pretty simple other than that. So we'll get the new one out and get it hooked up. Okay, so it's in. Just one thing to note, you don't have to pull these out. If you're gonna pull the whole front off using these 10 millimeters, you don't have to move the 7 millimeter. I put these in hand tight just to get it started, so you can really get it positioned how you want. Something to keep in mind, right here is where you need to click. It'll actually click in. It's tough to get on the passenger side, easier to get on the driver's side because you can access it, but this just slides in. Also, when you're pulling it out, you'll kind of hear that click. Don't be alarmed, that's normal. So just make sure you get in that in. When you're looking to adjust everything down here, a lot of that has to do with this bolt right here and how far you want to slide it back and forth. So just keep that in mind when adjusting it, and then don't forget to reinstall everything on this flap back here. I highly recommend for that back flap, I use a 10 millimeter ratchet wrench. It's easier to get back there, easier to access. Hope this helps y'all out. I'm gonna put a link to the lights I got from Amazon. I think they're like 90 a pop. Came with the bulbs. They look good. One last thing, if you need to adjust your lights, you have the adjusting knob right there. What I like to do is get a socket, and for this, it's a 1/4 inch. Put it on my drill. It's a lot easier to use. Going counterclockwise, go up. Counterclockwise is up, clockwise is down on this particular model. So hopefully that helps you out, saves you some time than trying to do it by hand.